everyone, how are we doing? Great moustaches out there, by the way. There's a lot in the room, so that's always a good start. Where did Movember start? Well, it started in a pub in Australia in 2003, like most good ideas do in Australia, with two of my mates about reoccurring trends. And the moustache had kind of vanished and gone out of fashion, and pretty much anyone under the age of 70 in Australia in 2003 wasn't rocking a moustache. And then we looked back in history, and Einstein had a great mo, Hendrix had a great mo, Errol Flynn, we grew up with Magnum PI, the sporting heroes. So people who had done great things and helped change the world. So we thought, well, we can't let this vanish. So for a bit of fun, and it was fun, in 2003, we gathered 30 friends and rocked out our first moustaches ever. That was an interesting journey. We had to go out and ring each other before we went out because it looked a bit odd. 30-something guys rocking out moustaches. We couldn't go near schools. We had to avoid certain things. And the next year, there was so much conversation about it that the four of us got together in 2004 and we thought, let's do this again, but let's attach it to something really good, because breast cancer was doing so well. Men weren't talking about their health at all, and we thought, well, why not rock out, and what's manlier than a moustache for 30 days to have that conversation around men's health. So Trav actually came home after a heavy night and turned on the TV with a kebab and saw a prostate cancer ad and thought it was hilarious, fingers up the bum and all that sort of stuff. So we thought, that's a great, funny thing to look at. And then we researched it, and it was the biggest killer in men in Australia, and no one was talking about it. So we raised 54,000 Australian dollars that year, and we went and presented it to Prostate Cancer Australia. It was the single largest check they'd ever received. So that kind of blew us away and thought we can really make some change here. So then the following year, we decided, well, let's do this properly. That's a bit of cash. Let's try and get 100 grand in. Let's really put something behind it, because we thought, this is a really good thing for us to do. So we did. Adam actually met with the CEO of Prostate Cancer, Andrew, told him what we were doing. We've set up a website. We just need your logos so we can attach it to the cause. He said no. We were too loose. We were too young. It wasn't kind of something they'd normally partner with. It was really bizarre. Couldn't really get his head around it. So Adam paid for coffee that day, and as he was leaving, Andrew said, well, if you raise anything, we'll take it. So we thought, all right, fair enough, let's just do it. We raised 1.1 million that year, and that was just nuts. And from 54,000 Australian dollars to 1.1 million. And we kind of found ourselves in a situation with a little bit of a tax issue, because we had to explain to the tax department that four random dudes raised money for prostate cancer and then gave it all away. So we sort of forced into starting the foundation. The tax department was really nice to us. And for the first time in the history of men's health, the government liked the story so much they matched our funding. So all of a sudden, Prostate Cancer Australia had 2.2 million. They definitely wanted to partner with us then. And then the story went on, and we took on mental health as well in Australia in 2006, and it kind of exploded, and we took it around the world, and now we're 21 countries strong. As of today, we're about 4.6 million guys have rocked out moustaches for us over the last decade, and we've raised over 346 million pounds. That's right. I was talking euros last night, so. So for us, what does that all mean? And for us, what that means is, what can we do? And we wanted to be the guys, not the guys that raised $1 billion and then nothing happened. We're kind of guys that look for outcomes. We're not charity-based boys. We've been put into this wonderful industry of men's health, and now globally, Movember has the ability to have no borders, no boundaries. So we go and find the smartest people in the world to look after our projects and to accelerate, because collaboration in the cancer business and the men's health business is key to accelerating outcomes. So we look for the outcome first, and then we bring it back. So 3 of the key things we look at is prostate cancer, obviously. 1 man dies every hour still in this country. It's one of the biggest killers in men around the world, and early detection is key. So we're spending a lot of money in a lot of different areas. One of them is a biomarker test. So once we land that, you should be able to tell the pussycats from the tigers. We also just spent £21 million in the navigation piece, which we call True North. So where after prostate cancer, where does that lead? So these things are going to change the game, and these things are changing the world of prostate cancer. Testicular cancer, we're the largest funder, and it's 95% of it is going really well. It's that other 5% we want to clear. We think in the next five years, we'll pretty much nail that with the stuff we're doing. And then mental health. Mental health's been really important to us, and it's about men just dealing with and being mentally well, and then getting rid of the stigma of mental health. 77% of suicides in the UK alone are men. Men don't talk about their health. So for us, we wanted people to actually start talking about it. And Movember, thanks to social media, because when we started Movember in 2003, I still had a pager, and Mark had just started pretty much Facebook at a university and it hadn't launched. So social media was kind of around. And we grew up with it the last decade, and our friends at Google did a Google Chrome ad for us and spent $8 million launching it through America during the World Series for us for free. Facebook are really good friends of ours and they help us out, Twitter. So all these things have helped us. So now with last year alone, thanks to social media, we created 1.7 billion conversations in 6 weeks about men's health and about Movember. And that's game changing, because last year we found a 20-year-old kid in this country found us on Facebook, found a lump, saved his life by 10 days because he went and got it checked. The conversations I have everywhere we go about men actually talking about their health is brilliant. Some too much sharing. And I'm not a doctor, so I actually had a guy drop his pants in a pub once, and I was like, no, I can't help you with that. So it's been an interesting ride. It's been a really interesting journey, but we're changing the world with this, and we know we're going to change the face of men's health. And we love to share, so we share everything with all partners around all charity and trying to accelerate stuff. So for us, collaboration's key. We want answers, and we're going to see answers. And I guess for you all today, how it works. I was at Siemens last night in Austria at their dinner annual conference. They have 340,000 staff, and they had the CEO was there and all his direct reports, so it was a very large group of people, and they're all doing Movember, and from the chairman down, and they're going to spread that word and get that out there. BA, brilliant friends of Movember who were on just before. The chairman grew a mo all the way down to the baggage handlers, and that's bonding, really bonding organisations and getting guys to talk about their health. So that's kind of us in a nutshell. We're about the whole body. We're about the whole man. We want people to move now, and that's our next thing. So the first 4 letters of Movember are move. We're going to get people moving, get them active, get rid of the sedentary lifestyle, which, there's a study out at the moment that bus drivers in London, it came out that the conductor versus the driver dies on average 5 years less than the conductor because he's not on his feet. So getting people to move and get active, know their health, know their historical data is a big journey for us. If you've got prostate cancer, if your dad's had it, you're 2.5 times more likely to get it. If you're suffering from mental well-being, how do you go and react to that? How is prevention the key? We're targeting boys and men to make sure we can really get a hold of it before it starts. So we're spending £2.4 million this year in doing incredible projects around mental health in the next 3 years in this country to really, get our teeth into it and try and help reduce that stigma. So for us, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. How it works and how people engage always freaks me out. And we don't ask people to do stuff. So I know you've been sitting here all day, so we've put a little bit of a package together of people off their own bat, what they do, put it up on the website, gets conversation, gets people moving. So here's a bit of fun of Movember.
Did you know that every time you shave, a mustache dies? It doesn't have to be that way. See you in Movember.
well spent.
Last year I tried but I failed. Halfway through the month I bailed. Watched the hair wash down the drain and I felt so ashamed. But it wasn't growing, bum fluff, skin was showing, taking shape very slowly. But this year it's ours for the taking. Okay, we can do this. It should be easy. This Movember we won't be shaving.
My name is David Merlin, and lately it seems like people have been looking at me a little differently. I have a good job. I do okay for myself. Go around. I dress all right, I think. I buy my clothes all myself. Yeah, it doesn't seem to matter what I do or where I go. People just react to me negatively. Maybe it's my mustache.
So that's kind of the fun, and Movember's fun, and we're doing good, having fun. And you would be surprised the jobs most of those people hold down. And you know, the PricewaterhouseCoopers, the Deloittes, the big companies here, from the BAs to everyone, all get involved. They have a lot of fun doing it, and you know, they get to give back. So it's their month to give back, and who doesn't want to rock out a crazy moustache for a month? So it gives them a really good excuse. So that's pretty much me in a nutshell.
That's fantastic. Very interesting. Thank you, JC. This is fun.